Your car AC is lying to you. Right now, today, it's blowing air that's warmer than it should be. And it's not broken, it's not low on refrigerant, it's not old, you are just using it wrong. Most drivers have no idea there are specific techniques backed by real automotive science that can make their AC output feel nearly twice as cold as it does right now, without spending $1, without touching a single part. And the crazy part? A few of these tricks work in the first 5 minutes of your drive. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand your car's AC system better than most mechanics expect you to. Welcome back to AutoMastery, the channel that puts real car knowledge in your hands. Today, we're breaking down every secret, trick, and habit that separates drivers who are always comfortable from drivers who are always sweating and wondering why their AC just doesn't seem cold enough. Let's get into it. Point 1. The vent direction secret. Here's something almost no one does correctly. Where are your vents pointing right now? Most people aim them straight at their face. Feel logical, right? You want cold air, you point it at yourself. But here's the thing. That is actually one of the least efficient ways to cool your car. Cold air is heavy. It naturally sinks. So when you blast it straight at your face, it warms up against your skin and rises. You feel a brief chill, and then it just dissipates. The right move, point your side vents toward the windows and aim your center vents toward the roof. I know, counterintuitive, but when you do this, cold air falls from the top of the cabin downward, creating what engineers call a cascade effect. The entire interior cools evenly. You get up to 15% better temperature distribution throughout the cabin. The car feels genuinely colder, not just one spot near your face, but everywhere. Try it on your next drive. You'll feel the difference within 2 minutes. But here's the next one, and this one is probably costing you the most every single time you get in a hot car. Point 2. The recirculation mistake. You jump in a hot car on a hot day. You start the engine, you crank the AC to max, and hit the recirculation button immediately. Sound familiar? That's one of the most common AC mistakes on the road, and it's doing the opposite of what you want. Here's why. When your car has been sitting in the sun, the interior temperature can climb to 130, 140, even 150 degrees Fahrenheit. When you hit recirculation right away, you're sealing that superheated air inside the cabin and asking your AC to cool it. The system is fighting an uphill battle from the very first second. The smart move is this. For the first 2 to 3 minutes, leave the AC on fresh air mode. Let it pull in outside air, which is significantly cooler than the trapped air inside. This flushes out the heat bomb inside your cabin fast. Then, and only then, switch to recirculation. Now your system is recycling already cooled air, and efficiency goes up by as much as 30%. 2 to 3 minutes. Fresh air first, then recirculation. That one shift alone changes everything. And it connects directly to the next trick, which involves your fan speed, and what most people get completely wrong about it. Point 3. The fan speed secret. Okay, this is the one mechanics don't bother to explain, and it might be the most valuable thing in this entire video. When your car starts cooling down, most people keep the fan blasting at full speed. Makes sense emotionally. More airflow, more cold, right? Wrong. Here's the actual physics. The cold air in your AC system is generated by the evaporator coil, a metal component inside your dashboard that gets ice cold. When air passes over it, heat transfers out and cold transfers in. That's your cold air. Now, if you're blasting air at maximum fan speed, that air moves too fast across the evaporator. There isn't enough contact time for proper heat exchange. You get a high volume of slightly cool air. But if you drop the fan to medium or low once the cabin has hit an initial cool temperature, that air moves slower, stays in contact with the evaporator longer, and exits up to 3 to 6 degrees Fahrenheit colder. That's real. That's measurable. That's the difference between kinda cool and actually cold. More fan means less cold. Slower fan, colder air. Write that down. And while we're talking about your settings, there's one absolute maximum setting for your AC that almost no one uses correctly. Real quick, if you're already learning something that's going to change how you drive, go ahead and drop a like. It tells us you want more content like this, and it genuinely helps the channel. Back to it. Point 4. The coldest setting trick. Here's a question. What temperature is your AC dial set to right now? If it's anything above the lowest setting, you are wasting fuel, not a little, every drive. Most car AC systems are engineered to cool incoming air down to approximately 38 degrees Fahrenheit at the evaporator. That's the system's natural output. Now, if you set your dial to, say, 68 or 72 degrees, your car doesn't just produce less cold, it actually reheats the 38-degree air back up to your target temperature before sending it into the cabin. Your engine is burning fuel to cool the air, then burning more fuel to warm it back up. The most efficient approach is to set the temperature dial to its lowest setting and control your comfort using fan speed only. Cold air in, fan speed adjusted to comfort, no energy wasted reheating. That one habit saves fuel, reduces load on the compressor, and makes the air blowing out feel colder. Simple, permanent, free. Now, let's talk about what happens before you even turn the AC on, because this one will save you real money. Point 5. Door fanning and sunshade. You walk up to a scorching hot parked car. The interior is like an oven. Most people just hop in and crank everything up. Here's a better move. Open the passenger window only. Then stand at the driver's door and open and close it repeatedly, like you're fanning the car, for about 30 seconds. This creates a pumping effect. The door pushes hot air out through the passenger window with every swing. In 30 seconds, you can clear up to 2/3 of the superheated air from inside the cabin before the engine even starts, before the AC even turns on. Your AC then starts working on a cabin that's already 20 to 30 degrees cooler. It reaches your target temperature faster, uses less fuel, and puts less strain on the compressor. And while we're on the topic of keeping your parked car cooler, a reflective windshield sunshade. A simple $10 accessory. It lowers parked interior temperatures by 20 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That alone means your AC is never starting from the absolute worst point. It is one of the highest return on investment purchases you can make for your car comfort. But here's the truth. None of these tricks work at their full potential if your system is being choked from the inside, and most cars are. Point 6. Cabin air filter, the hidden choke point. When was the last time you changed your cabin air filter? Most drivers don't know their car has one, and the ones that do usually haven't touched it in years. Here's what's happening inside your car right now. That filter is located behind your glove box, and it catches every particle of dust, pollen, mold spore, and debris before it enters your cabin. Over time, it gets clogged, and a clogged filter can reduce airflow through your AC system by 30 to 40%. Think about that. Up to 40% of your AC's potential gone because of a filter that costs around $15 to $20 and takes 5 minutes to replace. And it gets worse. When the filter is blocked, your blower motor has to work harder to push air through. That added strain accelerates wear. Eventually, you're looking at blower motor failure, a repair that can cost hundreds of dollars, all because of a part that was never replaced. Check your glove box, pop it out, and look at that filter. If it's gray and matted, replace it today. The improvement in airflow and the drop in cabin temperature will be immediate. But the filter is just one piece. The outside of your AC system is also under attack, and most drivers never think about it. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to AutoMastery yet, do it now. We publish content like this regularly, real mechanical insight that saves you money, saves your car, and keeps you from getting taken advantage of at the shop. Hit subscribe, you won't regret it. Point 7. Condenser cleaning and the $2,000 risk. At the very front of your car, behind the grille, there's a component called the condenser. It looks like a small radiator, and its job is to release the heat that your AC pulls out of your cabin. The problem? It sits right in the path of every bug, piece of road debris, pollen, and dust particle that hits your car at speed. Over time, it gets coated, and when the condenser is caked with debris, it can't release heat efficiently. The entire system backs up, pressures rise, the compressor begins to overheat. Compressor failure, the single most expensive AC repair you can face, running anywhere from $1,300 to over $2,000 in parts and labor. The fix? Once a year or after long road trips, take a garden hose, low pressure, and gently rinse the condenser from behind the grille. Let it dry, that's it. 5 minutes, free, and it could save you from a multi-$1,000 breakdown. The next one is about a smell you've probably noticed and a problem hiding behind it. Point 8. The dirty sock smell and evaporator cleaning. You turn on the AC and get hit with a smell like a wet gym bag. You've been there. That smell is bacteria and mold growing inside your evaporator, the cold coil deep inside your dashboard. Because the evaporator is cold and wet, it collects moisture, pollen, and organic material. Biological film builds up on the coil surface. This film doesn't just smell, it insulates the coil, reducing its ability to absorb heat, which directly makes your AC less cold. 2 fixes. First, clear the debris that collects at the base of your windshield where the AC system pulls in fresh air. That slot gathers leaves and dirt, creates a damp, moldy environment, and feeds the problem. Second, buy a can of evaporator cleaning foam. Spray it through the cabin filter opening with the AC running on fresh air mode, fan on high. The foam penetrates the system, dissolves the biofilm, and clears the coil surface. Cold performance comes back, the smell disappears. And here's the habit that protects all of this long term, and most people only think about in summer. Point 9. The use it or lose it habit. This is the one habit that can save your entire AC system from the inside out, and barely anyone does it. Run your AC for a few minutes every single week, even in winter, even when it's cold outside. Here's why. Your AC refrigerant carries lubricating oil that keeps every internal component, the compressor, the seals, the valves, properly lubricated. When you leave the system completely idle for months, that oil stops circulating. The rubber seals dry out and shrink. Microscopic cracks form. And then summer arrives, you turn on the AC for the first time since October, and you're driving around slowly leaking refrigerant through seals that degraded over winter. 2 to 3 minutes, once a week, fan on, AC button on. That keeps the refrigerant circulating, the oil flowing, and the seals healthy. It is the cheapest insurance policy your AC system has, and most drivers skip it entirely for 5 months every year. Point 10. Advanced, refrigerant, belts, and tinting. A few more things worth knowing. Refrigerant doesn't expire, but your system can slowly lose it through microscopic leaks over years. If your AC has gradually gotten weaker, a $40 DIY recharge kit, typically R134A for older vehicles, can restore full pressure and full cold. Quick, inexpensive, available at any auto parts store. Check your serpentine belt regularly. It drives the AC compressor. If it's cracked, squealing, or glazed, get it replaced. A snapped belt doesn't just kill your AC, it can disable your power steering and trigger a serious breakdown. A $50 belt replacement prevents a $2,000 compressor replacement and a tow bill. And if you want a permanent upgrade, consider ceramic window tinting. High-quality ceramic film blocks up to 60% of solar heat and 99% of UV rays. Tinted cars stay 15 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit cooler while parked. That means your AC is never fighting at full load from a blazing start. Permanently reduced workload, permanently better performance. Let's recap what you now know that most drivers don't. Point your vents at the windows and the roof, not your face. Flush hot air on fresh air mode for 2 to 3 minutes before switching to recirculation. Turn your fan to medium or low once the cabin cools. Slower air gets colder. Keep the temperature dial at its lowest and control comfort with fan speed only. Fan the car door before you start. Use a sunshade. Replace your cabin air filter. It may be robbing you of 40% of your AC's output. Rinse your condenser once a year. Clean your evaporator if you smell that gym sock smell. And run your AC briefly every single week all year round. None of this requires a mechanic. None of this costs serious money. But every single point in this video is based on how your AC system actually works. Not myths, not guesswork. If this video saved you even one repair bill this summer, it was worth your time. Drop a like if you got something useful out of this. Subscribe to AutoMastery if you haven't already, and tell me in the comments which one of these surprised you the most. I read every single one. Drive smart, stay cool, see you in the next one.